Welcome to the Beating Heartland, created by Denver Baughman.
Episode 36, The Glade.
Nothing is as it seems. Bodies heaped on the floor. You cannot recall these mirrored faces, and the voices fall on stuffed ears. His mind is swaddled in dreams, while nightmares lurk outdoors. Thoughts creeping, leaking into wild spaces to escape torrential fears. The boy who would be healed will shatter what was sealed.
A bargain. A deal. Do I have to keep doing this? I just want to sleep. I want to stop. No, I have to. I have to save them. I have to do this.
Well, you made it. Took you long enough. You have no idea how much of a problem you've been for me.
It is you. I'd thought my mind was playing tricks on me when I heard him on the phone. I didn't remember walking into the room. It was a blur. But I remembered something dark. My voice, words, a promise. My mind snapped back to the present, and it was really him. He hadn't changed in all the years since camp. Tan skin, faded jeans, 5 o'clock shadow. It was like looking at a memory. He seemed normal on the outside, like anyone you'd see while camping. But those eyes, they were cold. Colder now than ever. The only differences were that he had bags under his eyes and shivered with exhaustion. He hadn't been able to rest for some time. The greater purpose persisted. The years hadn't been kind. The memories resurfaced. Sam. The anger. It was almost too much. It was surprising how much of the pain was still there. A punch to the chest. I steadied myself. Shut up. Where is she?
No, not any closer. She's fine. She's right here in bed. See?
I could make out Ariadne's body under the covers. Locks of her hair peeked over the blanket. She was motionless. I couldn't even see breathing. No, she's not moving. What did you...
She's fine. She's alive. Just sleeping. And she's gonna stay that way until we're done.
Somnum appeared beside the bed. His face, Sam's face, a constant reminder. He smiled. After a moment of focusing on the strands, I could feel that Ariadne was still alive. They curled from her lazily, arcing towards my mind. Alive, but far away. There was a strange air in the room, emanating from Summers. His trembling fingers were placed on top of the blanket. The sensation was soothing. He was lulling her to sleep.
You're distracted. It's him, isn't it? Octor. You're not used to it yet. You look dreadful. You should have a seat.
Okay, well, I'm leaving. With her. Thanks for showing me the room.
You're not leaving. Not yet.
Really?
Funny enough, guns are still effective on us. I could do it. You know I could. Almost want to. See her face. See the anger, the pain. We can say goodbye to her. Say hello to someone new. Want to take that chance? Who will she be this time? A rerun of camp? Sam? Jasmine?
Don't talk about... Don't.
Calm down. Don't be hasty. I won't do it. Not if you behave. There you go. Why are you so protective of her? You know what she is, who she is. but you don't want to let go. Are you that desperate? You can never say no. No one else saw it, but I sensed trouble in you. Should have made you roll over. Be a good boy.
You know what I've done. What we've done. And who we've killed. And I can do it again. Right now.
You won't. Not when I can pull this trigger. You care too much about sister here. So you'll listen. You'll be good.
You're afraid. I can see it flowing from you.
I'm always afraid. It keeps me from becoming complacent. My family gets lazy, but not me. I always see the possibilities. Can't help it. You know what that's like. The words flying around, making everything confusing. For me, it's possibilities. And I see two futures for the end of this conversation. One of them, well, I don't think either one of us wants that one. Let's take the easy path. Your future. It's muddled. So many strands. You want to see?
He took out a stack of cards. Cards I'd seen him idly shuffling years ago while at camp. He flicked one with a flourish, and it spun towards me. I caught it. The art on it was elegant. It looked hand-painted, possibly by Summers. It depicted a man on his knees, in a large glade, dark trees looming behind. Hundreds of eyes stared from the dark, but one pair of eyes stood out, over the head of the man. Red, emanating power. The man was crying, but not because of the eyes. I placed the card face down.
I'd rather read the story as it happens. I don't like skipping to the end. You knew I was going to come here.
Yes. I've been keeping tabs on my brother ever since he abandoned us. He loves his little projects. This place was always special to him. I think he always meant to retire here when he had his fill. Commitment's never been one of his fortes. But you know all about that. He doesn't like to follow orders. He chooses people like him.
His voice became distant. The words were distracting me. Anger bubbled inside, anger towards Summers. The words took the weakness, the anger, and used it to slip to the forefront of my mind. Everything else became unfocused, thick, like my brain was being plunged into water. I felt heavy, distant. Octor wanted out. Strands flowed around Summers, whispering things to me. I could see his fear, his exhaustion. The words guided my voice. It was time for a brotherly chat.
Are you even listening?
How does it feel to be the new dog of the family, the errand boy?
Well, hello, brother. Trying to get in my head? Still think you can?
They made you come, because you're expendable to them. You didn't want to. They haven't been happy with you, have they? Too many mistakes. What happened in Rockford?
Your fancy words showing you all that? Say what you want. It's not going to make a difference. They want you to come with me. Back to Shannon, where it all started. A few of my siblings have been planning something, and I think you'd like to see it.
There were memories, not my own. Pain, agony, a cave. Years of confinement. The words retreated from my mind for a moment. And I was me again. More fully me. Denver was in more control again.
A ceremony. You're gonna try and weaken them. Again, Octor. There's a cave. His body. Which one of you did that? Which one of you put him there?
It took all of us. I was the one who stuck his body in the rocks. One of the best nights of my life. We've been chasing him for so long, trying to ruin his plans, collect his books. Lorena's got her own collection of you now, and she's so proud. This conversation's over. The clock is ticking. You're coming with me. You don't want Ariadne or Felix to die, and I will do it. You care too much. He hasn't been able to whittle that out of you. The way your eyes shift to her. So let's reset this. We can take him out of you, make you forget, make this all a bad dream, and move on. Give us some more years of peace, and you, a lifetime.
No, you'll kill me.
We won't. You have my word. I'm not some beast like Connell. He wanted to rip into you. I don't have the same appetite. And Father's not done marinating you yet. Doesn't want to toss you out.
Is that really the only reason I'm tasty?
Not my story to tell.
Whose is it then?
He's claimed the right to fill you in. Something about missing story time.
You all love your secrets.
It's how we've been able to survive this long. Secrets, forgetting, hiding.
Is that all you want? Survive? No. No, you hate it. You're just rats hiding in the walls, but you want to be on top.
They ignore the pointlessness, but I see it. Can't help but see it. The end goal. And in the end, we're not there. Father will discard us the moment they reach their greater purpose.
But you keep moving towards it anyway, you know? You're trapped.
We're all trapped. Stuck in the cog of time.
Must be depressing.
We're not turning this on me. That's not how this ends. Your goals, your plan, it will never work.
Well, I found the way to kill you.
And do you like that way? Do you like the killing? Sucking up their souls?
Stop.
Snuffing out their life?
I don't...
Do you like that? We're giving you an out. A chance to forget. To move on from all of this. Weaken him. Tear him out of you. Remove the tumor. And we can move on like nothing happened. We don't need you. We can let you go. If you let go.
You killed Sam. All of you controlled my life. And you made me...
Made you forget. You were never supposed to remember. He did this to you. You can give up. This isn't your fight.
No. You made this my fight. And you already know how this conversation ends.
I do.
And you know that you're safe as long as you have that gun.
Yes.
Then there's no going back for me. So, we're going to Shannon.
I had no choice. Hatred, anger, it meant nothing right now. I couldn't touch him, not when he had that gun on her. I had to protect her. Regret, fear. My mind was dizzy. I couldn't focus. The memories. Something I'd pushed down. Something I wasn't wanting to...
She never told you, did she?
Wait. Huh?
Now you're back. I wondered how long that was going to take.
Ariadne. Is she...
Don't worry. Your girlfriend's fine. She's up here in the passenger seat.
I don't... Where am I? I don't remember.
Relax. Enjoy the scenery. I'll be there in no time.
I felt Summer's touch on my mind, calming me, dampening my emotions. My body slumped and my mind wandered. I could sense Ariadne in the front, but couldn't see her. The seats blocked my vision. We were in a large van, the type with sliding doors on the side that you warn children never to approach. I could sense Felix. He was somewhere in the back of the van. Summers had brought him with. More leverage to use against me. Felix's mind was racing. There was a nightmare that repeated over and over. Sick, but he was still alive for now. My brain was distracted, lazy from Summer's touch. Memories began to surface. I was digging, willing myself to remember. Something was there. Tendrils had latched onto me the moment I left the hotel. It was like walking past a barrier. They were able to cut through the noise of the hotel and make me see what they wanted. Whisk me away to books and tendrils farther out. And my body, my mind, was too weak to say no. So they pulled me away. I saw people, followers of the words, both knowingly and accidentally. I saw a woman. She was crying. Her family lay dead around her, a book open at her feet, and something took control. She smiled and stood, leaving the house, the bodies, walking through her garden. She dug for hours in the rain, through the night. Something was waiting to be dug up.
You don't know, do you? You never understood.
A man stood in front of his mirror and wrote. He wrote on the mirror. The words were not his own. Fake. You're fake. The thing guiding his hand smiled and soon would crawl out of the mirror. Just a little longer.
She was scared to tell you. Can't blame her, really.
Philip's daughter, Cynthia, stood amid monsters. They circled her. At first, it looked like they were taunting, preparing to pounce. But then I saw she was dancing, smiling. Strands of the words playfully lapped off of her, controlled by her will. The beasts, strange mixes of animals, danced with her. I couldn't see where they were. It was dark. The power escaped from her lips as she sang, and the animals gladly joined in the reverie, barking, howling, braying, chirping. They trusted her. She looked different, older than I'd expected. When was this? She stared at me, directly at me, even though there was no body. She somehow sensed me, and winked. Then I saw Philip. He was trapped in an endless maze, in a building. His body multiplied, endless versions of him. He was getting closer to me, my presence. He was with someone, several people, the dead. Sally was there.
Did she ever tell you? Or did you sense it?
Pain. I felt pain. Someone was screaming in my ear. I could hear her clearly, but I didn't know who she was. She wanted the words to fix something, to bring someone back, but it was too late. It wouldn't keep. Something was keeping it from working, or the words weren't letting it work. They wanted her to suffer. She cried and bargained she would do whatever it took.
You knew. You were just ignoring it. You chose to forget. Must be nice to choose that.
Most of the people I saw, they felt wrong. They weren't normal. Hundreds of them. Different. Strange. What made them different? Why did the words focus on them? What connected them? Summers was smiling. My mind had mostly returned. I was in the van and I could feel the seat, sense the others in the vehicle. And then I saw Summers' mind. He was happy, relieved that this had gone smoother than he thought it would. He wasn't sure if he was going to make it out of this one, but the threat, the gun, had worked. He was staring at Ariadne, and her name replayed in his mind. It wasn't Ariadne. And I dug deep. Are you sure you want to? What? What? Are you sure? We don't have to. We can just keep ignoring. I need to. I can't keep forgetting, even. It's going to hurt. You already know what he's going to say. I know. Do it.
It was the same night. After I'd shot your friend. I'd used him for her body. Seemed fitting. She hadn't wanted to do it. She was getting cold feet. I was originally going to use... what was his name? Sam? I was going to use him for our meeting with the words. Arctur's power had been working on her since the start. They always had a familial bond. And that's not normal. Not in us. Don't know why he took a liking to her. But he took every chance he could get to taint her to his side. Warp her thinking. Make her soft. She wasn't always like that. A few years prior, she'd killed 10 people to help us out. Arctur got brave. Tried to wipe all of us out. Thinking that if he did that, we wouldn't be able to bring each other back. Or weaken father enough to slow them down. But she killed 10 people. Burned their bodies. Buried them in a cornfield after. Brought us all back. Arctur was spent after that. Found many of his books then. Wasn't able to keep them as well hidden. Weakened him. But there at camp, something about you and Sam. She just didn't want to get her hands dirty anymore. So it was time to start over. Scrap her, start fresh. But she ran during the ceremony. While Sam burned, she shot up, her eyes wide and blank, and she ran. She didn't have an identity yet. It always takes her longer than the rest of us to find her new name. Something about needing to feel it. A pair of clothes has to fit right. She likes choosing people who already exist. Most of us don't do that. Not usually. Sometimes it's easier. Find someone who already exists, take their spot, but it's restricting. Need to fit a predetermined mold, and that's boring. Usually, we create someone new. Act like we've always belonged. Make people forget. Make them accept. And not care that they don't remember you. It's more fun. But her, she always needed to feel grounded. Slipping into someone else's life. A character to play. She liked to feel real. Whatever that means. She listens to people. Whether it's through bullying, a hotel, asking questions. She's always been able to get people to open up one way or another. Should have realized she would become a therapist. It was new for her, but it makes sense. Anyway, she ran. I wasn't sure where she was heading, but she ended up leading us to him. I don't think she did it intentionally. Arctur wanted to talk to her. It worked out for us. Imagine our surprise and delight. We found them. She bolted. Arctur made her. Wanted to find her new identity. It took us a while to find her. Probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for you. We're all good at hiding if we don't want to be found. Get out of my head. Happy? Seeing what you wanted?
She was Jasmine. She didn't tell me.
Don't act so surprised. Look, calm down. No reason to get all this. Calm down.
Where am I?
I'd caused the car to crash. At least, I think it had been me. I remembered black tendrils escaping from the car, covering Summers, Ariadne, me, everything. Something large loomed in front of us in the road. It was dark, and I couldn't make out the shape, but I felt it. The car swerved, and the black tendrils enveloped everything inside. It got dark. And then I was here. It was a large glade. Trees encircled it, tall, imposing, almost leaning in, completely separating the spot from the rest of the world. It was night. There was no moon or stars, but I could still see.
It was her. I knew. I knew, but why does it hurt? I just didn't want to. I didn't want to.
Denver cried. He'd known who Ariadne really was, had been, her past, the things she'd done. He could sense that much. It played on repeat in her dreams. Dreams she couldn't remember, but she knew, too. And she never told him. She was scared. So Denver had chosen to ignore it. He could handle her past life being a crazy hotel manager who killed people. Could even understand the other, even crazier past that had revealed themselves, but he had known Jasmine. More than that, Jasmine had bullied him relentlessly and was the reason Sam was dead. Other kids were dead. She was part of the family. Jasmine had been working with them happily for the most part. That was harder to accept. Someone he knew, someone from his past, was her. But did it matter? Did it matter what Ariadne used to be if she was different now? Was she different? Or was it all just an act? Even if she didn't know it. He clung to that hope that she was different. Even Summers said she was different. Is that just the words? It was still her life. She wasn't the same person, not really. She changed, even more so than the rest of the family. Her mind would shift, take on the new. It was fake. An act. But it's an act she wanted to be real. An act that Denver liked. In that moment, in the confusion, the wrestling with the doubts, the fears, Denver mourned. He allowed himself to mourn. Sam, the life he had known, the people he thought he could trust. He mourned his innocence. There was no going back. Somnoom knelt beside him, smiling, looking like Sam, almost real enough to touch. It was just them, alone in the grove.
Leave me alone. I don't want you here right now. I don't want...
The air changed.
What do you want?
Denver stared at Somnoom, and the body stood. It walked to the middle of the grove and turned to face Denver. It stared, just stared. The air was still, silent.
This grove isn't real. Where am I?
Other things stared from the trees. Glowing eyes appeared, hundreds of them, lurking in the shadows, scared, reluctant to move any closer. The wind rustled the leaves, almost sounded like a whisper. Denver could make out a voice in the whispering leaves, a voice he knew, a prayer, a night in the graveyard. The whispering receded. The ground began to rumble, and Somnoom held out his hand for Denver to draw near. His eyes glowed red.
You've never been just a part of my mind, have you?
The wind roared in the trees, and hundreds of animals and voices called from the forest, frantic, terrified. Somnoom's body changed, shifted. Everyone Denver had known could be seen in the kaleidoscope of Somnoom's body. It grew larger, towering over Denver in the glade, almost 20 feet tall. The bodies dispersed and flew around the glade, a whirlwind of faces, bodies, impossible to keep up with. The cacophony was deafening. The bodies and voices were drowning everything out. Nothing else existed, and nothing else mattered. The Glade was all there was. The fear, the sadness, the weight, everything from Somnium came crashing down on Denver. And then, silence. And Denver knew. And Octor knew.
You. It's you. You've been in me since the beginning, too. Like Octor. You feed on fear, on sadness, hate. You want me to abandon everything. You've been fattening me. I've heard I've been tasty for you. How many others are there? How many do you feed on? How many somniums? It's never enough for you. You just always need more.
The small sliver of the father did not respond. It returned to looking like Sam, and smiled. Denver felt something.
You're weak. That's why they can't talk about you. Don't want people to know. This Glade, that performance you just did, it's all show. Intimidation. You see me killing your children, but you don't do anything about that. And so either you don't care, or you can't do anything. You created the words, you created the family. You can't kill me? And you used up your energy. Creation, it takes power. The words are like you, a weaker version of you. You made them like you, too much like you. That's why the family is different. Lesser. You went too big the first time with Octor. So you need more energy. Gorging on fear and despair. But you don't want to eat me yet either. You want to see how far I can get. How tasty I can become, don't you? All that power, the thought of that makes you dizzy. Which means I have time while you just watch.
Denver's consciousness dipped. He was unsure how much of what he had said had been him or Octor. There was no just him anymore. Everything went dark. And after some time, Denver opened his eyes. It was early morning. Birds chirped in a nearby tree, and there was a sign in front of Denver. Welcome to Shannon.
The Beating Heartland was written by Denver Baughman. If you enjoyed the show, please rate and review us on whatever streaming platform you are using. Follow us online at The Beating Heartland. Thank you for listening.